You know what's funny? Most people I talk to aren't broke because they don't make enough money. They're broke because their financial life is just complicated. There are 12 subscriptions they half remember, a savings account that only gets touched in emergencies and not in a good way, a budget they made once in a Google Sheet that they haven't opened since March. And the worst part, they keep thinking the answer is more. More income, more spreadsheets, more apps, more hustle. But here's what nobody tells you. Financial stability doesn't come from doing more, it comes from doing less, better. Today, I'm going to give you the minimalist money rules that actually keep people financially stable, permanently, and I promise you, none of them require a finance degree. My name is Wesley, and I spend way too much time thinking about financial simplicity, specifically why simple money systems almost always outperform complicated ones. If you're someone who feels like your finances are a mess you'll deal with eventually, or you've tried budgeting and it never sticks longer than 2 weeks, make sure to hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if this helps you out. Here's the thing. The personal finance industry has a vested interest in making money feel complicated. The more confused you are, the more products, apps, advisors, and courses you buy. But the data tells a completely different story about what actually builds financial stability. Here's what most people don't realize. A 2023 survey by Ramsey Solutions found that 65% of Americans say they live paycheck to paycheck, and the majority of them have household incomes above $50,000. This is not an income problem, it's a system problem. The people who are financially stable, not rich, just stable, almost universally have one thing in common: simple, repeatable systems they actually follow. Not 47-category budgets, not color-coded spreadsheets. Simple rules they can execute without thinking. So let's talk about those rules. Rule 1. One number to rule your month. Here's where most budgeting advice loses people. They tell you to track every category: dining, groceries, entertainment, subscriptions, transport. And the whole thing collapses within 3 weeks because real life doesn't fit into neat categories. Instead, here's the minimalist approach. Calculate one number. Take your monthly take-home pay, subtract your fixed non-negotiables, rent, utilities, insurance, minimum debt payments, whatever's left, that is your monthly free number. Everything you spend on food, fun, clothing, and random life comes from that one pool. Say you take home $3,500 a month. Fixed costs total $2,100. Your monthly free number is $1,400. You don't need to track 20 categories, you just need to know when that $1,400 is getting low. One number, one boundary, sustainable forever. Research from the University of Southern California found that people using simplified budgeting methods, 1 or 2 spending categories rather than detailed multi-category systems, were 40% more likely to stick with their budget after 3 months than those using detailed multi-category systems. Minimalist rule number 2. Automate before you think. Now, you might be thinking, Wesley, I already know I should automatically save. Yes, but are you actually doing it? Because here's the data. Only about 28% of Americans have automated their savings in any meaningful way according to a Bankrate survey. Most people still intend to save whatever is left at the end of the month, and there is almost never anything left. This is where it gets really interesting from a behavioral standpoint. When money moves automatically, you never make a decision about it. And that matters enormously because decision fatigue is real. Every choice you make in a day slightly depletes your mental capacity for the next one. By automating your savings, you remove the decision entirely. You can't spend what you never see. The minimalist rule. The day your paycheck hits, at minimum, 10% moves somewhere it isn't your checking account. A high-yield savings account, a Roth IRA, a brokerage. Doesn't have to be all 3. Pick one and automate it. Do it today, not on the 1st of next month. Minimalist rule number 3. Kill the financial clutter. Look, here's the thing about subscriptions, store credit cards, and free trial accounts. Each one is a small drain on your money and on your attention. The average American household carries 12 paid subscriptions, according to a West Monroe survey. Do the math. At an average of $14 per subscription, that's $168 a month or $2,016 a year quietly leaving your account. Financial clutter is the same as physical clutter. It creates background noise that drains your energy and makes the whole system feel harder than it needs to be. The minimalist money rule is simple. Once a quarter, spend 30 minutes doing a financial audit. Pull up your bank and credit card statements. Cancel anything you didn't actively use in the last 30 days. Consolidate accounts where possible. Every item you remove is one less thing pulling your attention and your cash. I call this the financial closet cleanout. Most people find $80 to $150 in recurring charges they forgot about entirely. That's a meaningful chunk of your monthly free number back in your pocket. Minimalist rule number 4, the one account buffer rule. Here's the analogy I always use. Financially stable people aren't lucky, they're buffered. When an unexpected expense hits someone with no buffer, it becomes a crisis. When it hits someone with 1 month of expenses saved, it's just a Tuesday. This isn't a full emergency fund. That's a separate goal. This is a smaller, more immediate buffer. 1 month of your essential fixed expenses sitting in a dedicated account that isn't your everyday checking. For most people, that's $1,500 to $2,500. It's the amount that prevents a flat tire or a medical copay from becoming a credit card debt spiral. Start with $500 as the floor. The psychological shift that comes from knowing you have even $500 untouched somewhere is measurable. Research from the Urban Institute found that having as little as $250 to $749 in liquid savings dramatically reduces the likelihood of financial hardship following an unexpected expense. Look, I want to be straight with you. Financial stability is not about being perfect. It's not about optimizing every dollar or having a 6-month emergency fund from day one. It's about building a system so simple that it runs even when you're tired, distracted, or having a bad month. One number, automate the priority, kill the clutter, build the buffer. 4 rules. That's it. Not 40. Not a new app every month. 4 rules consistently applied will put you in a more stable financial position than 90% of people around you, regardless of your income. The people who are financially stable aren't smarter. They haven't found a secret. They just made the decision to simplify, and then they didn't stop. If this gave you something to actually act on today, not next month, today, drop a comment below and tell me which rule you're starting with. I read every single one. And if you haven't subscribed yet, do it now. Every week I put out videos designed to help you understand money in a way that actually changes what you do with it. I'll see you in the next one.